Good seeing you, friend. I'll take your order anytime.
I'm sorry for stopping you like this, but there was no one else I could turn to.
What seems to be the matter? What in the...
Remember me?
Would that I could forget, Black Talon scum.
Do you know these people, Gamel?
Had a bit of a run-in, yeah. Back in the thick of my thieving days. The world was slipping through my fingers, but the prince here gave me a chance to start fresh.
You're a man reformed, then?
Yep, and it's all thanks to you. Anyway, Celeste here needs your help. Go on, tell him what's what.
Oh, right, of course. Southeast of here lies a small, pristine town called Kilkuka. Well, it was pristine until the elves living there were taken captive by a band of brigands known as the Black Talons.
Is this some kind of joke? The leader of the Black Talons is standing right next to you.
You got hearing problems, pal? I'm through with all that. Clean as a wiped cow. That, and I owe Celeste here a big old debt. So I joined the militia, same as her.
Seems that's the truth.
It raises a question, though. How exactly have the Black Talons come to Elheim?
With Zenoira, if the rumors are true. And from what I've heard, they've started rounding up elves to sell back to the army that's hired them.
Vile trade, but that's how the world is. Trafficking elves is a quick route to all the gold a guy could dream of. We don't step in, and the bastards will snatch them up and sell them off like they were nothing.
Please, fair knights. Who knows what horrible fates await these people if we don't help them?
Indeed. We depart at once.
I must say, I've heard tell of the Liberation Army's ferocity, but your warriors are even more skilled than the rumors claim.
Then allow us to show our compassion as well. Might we assist you in tending to the wounded?
Your kindness is touching, truly. As you can well see, that battle was a grave one indeed. Most of our ranks lie decimated, while those who lived will never again stand on the front lines. My squadron among them.
I understand. We'll send our healers to their aid at once. Speaking of the battle, though, it seemed the enemy we faced were lacking the calm demeanor of a formal army.
Trained soldiers are in short supply when you're invading as many nations as Zenoira is. The whispers of the trees say they're prioritizing raw manpower over any kind of quality or skill.
While orderly rule and the safety of the locals seem to be even lower priorities still.
As things stand, I can offer no peace to the countless lives that have fallen before the steel of these oppressors. Instead, I'll carry their spirits with me until the day I finally purge Zenoira from our home. And I would like to do so by your side.
I'm so scared.
What's going to happen to us?
Nothing, as long as we stay calm. It seems we're a valuable commodity. Assuming we don't do anything rash, they shouldn't lay so much as a finger on us.
Bad news, boss. The Cornea rebels are here, and they're heading our way.
Oh? Trying to take them head on is more of a headache than we can manage. If only we had some help.
You do. Leave the rebels to us.
Just the backup I was hoping for. Those fools are all yours if you want them that bad. Oh, and hurt them good for us too.
What of the captives?
All safe, thanks to you.
Lucky for us, the guy wouldn't be much of a slave trader if he was out roughing up his own goods.
To hell with all of you.
Mind if I snag a sec alone with him? Us two go way back, so wanna have a little heart-to-heart.
Do you approve, Celeste?
I do. A man as kind as Gamel will surely get through to him.
Very well then. I trust your judgment.
Appreciate it, really.
You always did have a knack for pulling wool over people's eyes. Now come on. We gotta move before they realize. No.
Sorry, Cesar, but I left all that behind me. Nobody's setting your slaving mug free today. But don't worry, I'll make it nice and painless for you.
Stop!
At least, that was the plan. But my mind's all changed like now. You see, Elaine gave me a chance to turn my life around. To start walking towards the light instead of hiding in the shadow. Everyone deserves that chance in my book. Long as you keep living, you can always turn things around. Start fresh. But remember, if I ever catch you doing this low-life work again, you know what'll happen. One more step out of line, and it damn well would have happened to me too. Take care of yourself out there, Captain.
What's become of him, Gamel?
He got away. Bastard slipperier than a damn eel. Really put my heart in trying to get him to see reason too. But hey, some people never listen. And that's all I got. Think you had something to ask the boss here too?
Right, I almost forgot. Elaine, sir, if it wouldn't be too much bother, would you mind granting me a position in your army?
Not at all. I'd welcome it, in fact.
Oh, thank the Father.
Hope you got room for another pair of boots then. I owe Celestia my life. That, and I'd never be able to look my sister in the eye if anything happened to her.
I promise to do my share and more to help those in need. I'll remain ever faithful to you, Elaine. Till death do us part.
After them! This way!
They just keep coming, and our arrows grow ever fewer.
We'll never survive at this rate. Don't give up hope just yet. Steel your resolve and strike true.
Avarianteras. I've put you through more trouble than I'm worth.
Sir Athelion!
And I'm sorry for making you worry, Alina.
None of that, please. I'm just glad you're back in one piece.
As am I. As you can see, they barely even put a scratch in my armor.
Thank the heavens, yes.
Pardon me, Lady Rosalinda, but what would you have us do now?
The Liberation Army fights for justice not only for Cornea, but for all subjugated lands of Fevrith. And so, we will repay the blood they've spilt in our name by joining them in their cause.
As you command.
We're most grateful for the support. I assure you, such bravery will not go unrewarded. Yet I must say, a human settlement is one of the last things I was expecting to find in Elheim.
They sought refuge here when your kingdom first fell. Though, of course, we could only offer them the briefest respite before we too were overrun. And you, Ethelion, what do you plan to do now?
As long as your star shines for the liberation, Teras, mine too shall shine with it. Assuming you'll take me.
There would be no greater honor.
If I may, Sir Ethelion. Once Zenoira is defeated and the war is won, will you return to this town? To me?
You've shown me greater kindness than I ever thought possible. But there is no foe more terrible than the one we face now. I won't make a promise I may not be able to keep.
Yes, of course. Know then that I'll be praying for your safety, just as I always have and just as I always will.
Thank you, Elena. And may life treat you better than I have.
The barrier is complete, Teras.
Are you certain about this, my lady? The crystals show that Ter Rosalinda walks with the enemy.
Rosalinda, you say? Finally, an opportunity to be rid of her for good. Cut her down with the rest of those vermin.
I wasn't asking you. What do you suggest, Teras?
I've no cause to disagree. Any who aid the rebels must pay with their lives. My sister is no exception to that. Slay her, if you must.
As you command.
Need I remind you who reigns over this land, Lord Gailey? You are to advise on military strategy, nothing more.
I understand, my lady.
Then prove it.
Damned witch. My house was the most decorated in all of Cornea, and she has the gall to treat me like a common peasant.
Is she restored?
I believe so, yes.
I'm sorry, Altalinda. I never wanted to hurt you.
So, Baltro's spell can be broken,
Who goes there? Show yourself!
I'm right here, boy.
What is the meaning of this?
Master!
Yana, it's been years.
On your guard, Elaine. I learned everything I know from this woman. The sorceress Alcina.
The very person who helped Zenoira conquer our lands.
So it was you?
Oh, poor little Elaine. You've come to resemble him so dearly.
It's you in there, isn't it? The real you. Not one of Zenoira's puppets.
Which means it was you controlling Altalinda.
You misunderstand, child. Our magic does not simply make marionettes of its victims.
Then what does it do? My sister would never have conspired with Zenoira by her own free will.
And why should I answer that exactly?
We'll make you answer.
Sheltering myself in a girl's body took more than its fair share of magic. It seems this is where I make my exit. Farewell for now. But don't worry, Elaine. We'll meet again soon enough.
You have my utmost gratitude, Prince. And my humble apologies as well.
I have to thank you too, Elaine. I'd never have seen Altalinda again if not for your help.
I'm just happy to see you both reunited. As for that apology, you needn't blame yourself for what happened. Alcina's magics made you an unwilling captive. There lies no fault in that.
Your kindness knows no bounds. And it heartens me to see you safe and sound, Yonisa.
I owe my health to Elaine here just as much as you do. All because of a revelation he had that told him to come find you.
Me?
Indeed, at the urging of a self-named great sage within a sanctuary in Cornea. He claimed that in order to defeat Galerius, I must meet with the Turdanos of Elheim and unbind the Ring of the Unicorn. If you know anything about how such a feat may be accomplished, I beg you, tell me.
I understand now what you're after. But I fear I lack the knowledge you seek. Though I have laid eyes on some old texts that spoke of your ring.
And where can I find such texts?
In the Nasthirion, the Tower of Thorns in your language. It houses an archive only I may enter, within which lie histories that predate the founding of our nation, as well as records of arcane rituals and magics. I can recall a treatise regarding the unicorn being mentioned in one such record.
The spire stands to the west of this castle, and is a site most sacred to dark elves like me. But unfortunately, it now rests in Zenoiran hands.
Then we make for it at once, and reclaim it for the good of Elheim. Provided we're able to do so, would you be willing to grant me access to those texts you mentioned?
But of course, Prince. I will aid you however I'm able.
Apologies for the interruption, but the sun has nearly made its nest over the horizon. I bid you stay the night. I'll ready your beds.
Much appreciated. We'll do just that.
Lord Gailey, you're hurt. Allow me to...
Silence! Flesh heals, but my reputation never will. Though I'm not entirely out of options yet. Just wait, you miserable forest rats. It's time you learn what happens to those who cross me.